necessarily foster kids. The Kaya program, a lot of times they are with their biological parents. Sometimes they are foster. They're just in the judicial system. And so, but, sometimes these kids are making poor decisions because they've never been taught not to make these poor decisions.
Absolutely.
Great point.
Yeah. And so, sometimes just having another person there in their life to teach them different ways of handling situations is really what they need.
The guidance and, just being a part of these different programs for a number of years here with Girard Media and Younger Life, obviously dabbling into it today. You see so many different things evolve, as you and I both know, just from different experiences. Yeah. And I really think that it's something when it comes to the guidance, the mentoring, the right people in someone's life could truly make a difference. And the stories you hear, and then you watch these things evolve year after year, and you hear the judges that are involved, the volunteers, the people that spend hours and weeks and months and sometimes years helping these individuals. And then you see the positive impact it makes. It really is a great feel good. And some of the things obviously we're going to talk about today we'll get into, because I know that there's a need, and we'll talk about this later on, for volunteers and different
Absolutely.
subjects to the actual program
and how
itself.
we can help someone that maybe is uninvolved, and our listeners might say, hey, I've never heard of this program necessarily before. I know I'm always learning amazing things about the programs in our own community that I'd never heard of, and so I think it's important that we can say, hey, that's really interesting or near and dear to my heart for whatever reason, and maybe I can help out. So I did want to ask, I have a question about the CASA versus the Kaya. If a child comes into the system and is appointed a CASA,
yes,
at that point, if they go back out of the system or come back in, are they given the same CASA, or when they reach a certain age, does it switch to a Kaya? How does that?
No, they will stay with, just because they're out of the system doesn't necessarily mean their CASA is no longer part of their life.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We have some fantastic volunteers that have been with these kids for 10, 15 years. And they'll, even after they age out of the program, they still stay in these kids' lives because they've been such an integral part of making them who they are. And you hear stories even nationwide, of people who are adults and, they grow up, they get married, they have kids, and their CASA comes to the hospital to see their babies. And so it's, it gives me chills when I talk about that.
I think it's
I
great.
get goosebumps. Yeah.
There's another song Chris Meadows can write about.
There you go.
That whole stuff. Chris, it's so great to have you back in the Younger Life Live Girard Media Studios today here on WIMS. We're streaming around the world, folks, at WIMSradio.com. Jackie Beisel, our executive producer. Tell us what's going on with Chris Meadows. How have you been?
I've been fantastic. Maggie came to me several months ago to ask me about the events committee and asked if I could help out with that. So been doing what I can to help out there. I'm kind of busy. Got lots of things going on, lots of pies, and my fingers are in. As she asked me if I could play this weekend for the superhero run, and I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. But convincing Will took some doing. I told him that we were going to plug Gunpowder Treason on the radio, and he said, okay, I'll play.
Yeah. Woo! Love you guys. It was cute because I was mentioning Mary Anthony and I both participated. We hosted a number of the races at Tour de LaPorte. Mary obviously participated as well with her family. And I love it. It's such an electric event, Tour de LaPorte and the foundation and the LaPorte Hospital putting on. But I happen to be on the air live, flying past in a convertible. You were jamming on stage.
Yeah.
And I yell out live on the air, I love you, Chris. And he's like, Rick. And he's jamming. I'm like, woo.
That's
so,
awesome.
So you've been gigging out a lot, obviously writing a bunch of stuff. You do have your hands and a bunch of different projects in and around our backyard.
I'm involved in a few things, sure, yeah. Recently, I don't know if you heard about the LaPorte Community Garden Project over there. I got that started several years ago, as you know, and earlier this year, got Nate Laux in the State Street Church over there involved the PAC Center.
Yeah, we actually went there. We went there to discuss
Nate on
it.
here too.
We've had Nate here, and we went to the church.
They've pretty much taken over the project
fabulous.
at this point, but it's doing what it was supposed to do, feeding people and helping the community. So I'm excited about that. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the idea. I love the idea of putting something beautiful there too that everybody can work on, and work towards the. and obviously we're always talking about the food banks and stuff. There's such a real need, and it's nice that those, things can be grown right here and for our own community.
The fun thing about the community garden project is they have a sharing bin out there. Not so much now, but during the picking season there, I guess. They asked local farmers to come by, and if you had extra vegetables or anything, just put it in the bin, and it was open to the public. Anybody can come by and take it. So
wonderful.
That's
people
amazing.
Helping people, and I think that's all just awesome. And that's kind of why I wanted to help Maggie with this superhero farm fest thing.
So you guys are going to be jamming. It's a part of the festivities. Because obviously Chris is going to be jamming for us throughout the show today here on Younger Life. You could watch it on YouTube.com, obviously, and you can catch the stream as well. Free TuneIn radio app. So we're worldwide. We're everywhere. But I want to throw out, because there's a lot of stuff going on with the actual event. So many things that are taking place. Do you want to run through that a few times today?
Absolutely. And one of the things I wanted to answer your question, you wanted to know how the superhero theme kind of fits in with
how it evolved.
and we say, children need heroes, but abused and neglected kids need superheroes. And so we're asking you to come out to our event, the Superhero Farm Fest, and be a superhero for these kids who really, really need it. So some of the events that we're having is starting on this Friday, September the 31st, at 6 o'clock. There's going to be Bartlett's food truck that comes out. There is a 2-mile paved road night run that Tryon Farm is doing. You have to be 14 or over and have a lantern. But yeah, you can do a night run there at Tryon. And then there's camping available. So anybody that wants to come out and camp, you can go to our website. It's www.lpfamilyadvocates.com, and you can sign up for that. And then on Saturday, I'm very excited about this. The registration starts at 7:30, and then we have a 10K trail run that starts at 9 and a 5K trail run that starts at 9:30. At 10:30, we have a kids fun run. At 11 o'clock, we have people coming out to do our superhero costume contest. And we have this fantastic traveling trophy. I'll have to send you a picture of it so you can put it up if you'd like.
I'm all about the trophies. It's competitive nature.
It's fantastic. It's huge, and it has Superman on it, and it's amazing. And so you can have your name added to that. And then from 8 o'clock to 11, you can do pumpkin decorating. And then 11:30, we have a pumpkin decorating judging that's going on. So then the winner of that will win a prize. So at 10 o'clock, my good friend Chris here is going to start playing with Will with Gunpowder Treason. Yeah. At 12 o'clock, we have this amazing band. They're called the Deep Fried Pickle Project. Not quite as amazing as my friend Chris, because he's a good friend.
You notice how she said that, exactly. I'm sticking up for you, Chris.
And they're a jug band. They call themselves a junk band, and they're going to play for about 30 to 45 minutes. They're going to then invite kids up, because they make all of their own instruments. They're made out of cigar box banjo. They have a wash tub bass. So they're going to invite the kids up, and they can play the instruments, touch the instruments, and then they're going to put on a workshop, and the kids are going to make their own instruments, and then they're going to play 2 or 3 songs with the kids at the end of all of that. So that's really exciting.
Do we know what songs they're playing?
I don't know what songs.
Chris is like,
that's really neat. It's nice. It's interactive too.
She's like, Federici, just stop it.
No, I think that's fantastic.
I think so too.
So rain or shine, right?
Rain or shine, okay. Yes. There is a barn, so if it is raining, we are going to move some things into the barn.
Sure.
We'll also have tents.
Like the musicians, maybe?
Oh, right away.
Yes, the musicians.
Yes. That should be in your writer, part of that big contract.
There was no writer.
Darn it! No green M&Ms?
Yeah, no.
I can get you green M&Ms.
There you go. That is awesome. Well, I want to hear Chris jam today.
Absolutely. But I do want to hear what superhero they would be if they could be a
Okay.
superhero.
Okay. Before we get into the jam.
We had this discussion the other day.
I will start today, because I always do ladies first, but I did say I'd be Spider-Man, just so everybody knows. And
I said Wonder Woman.
You did say Wonder Woman, but I also love, I also considered in my youth, this really will date me, G.I. Joe, Evel Knievel, and the $6 Million Man, all my buds. Back then.
He wants a piece of all of them. Can we make our own new superhero? A little bit of everybody? How cool would that be?
My brothers were the buffs one. They always, protect me. Oh, put that kid's head in the toilet, the swirly boy. What would you be, Will? What superhero would you potentially want to be?
I would be myself.
Okay. I like
Wow,
that's
I
a
love
good
that.
one. That's
Look
good.
I like that.
All right.
Positive.
Maggie.
Oh, well, I have to say Wonder Woman also.
Yeah,
When I was a little
sweet.
girl, I had Wonder Woman pajamas, and I had to wear them
that's
every
awesome.
single night, and my mom would have to wash them every day.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think I would have to say Wonder Woman.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool.
It's fun.
Here on Younger Life Live, you never know what you can expect. It's Mary Anthony, Rick Federici. Thank you, LaPorte Hospital, for the sponsorship. The superhero event is happening this weekend. I want you to throw out the number and the website quite a few times today because people will ask. So you want to
Right.
throw that out there, please?
I want to clarify
Sure.
too if you have to pre-register or is this something you can register for the day of?
Well, you can pre-register. You can go online, like I said earlier, www.lpfamilyadvocates.com, and you can register there at the event as well. The nice thing about pre-registration is you don't have to stand in line and pay there. You can, pay online, and we have like a pre-registration line. So you just walk through, get your shirt, get your information. So you don't have to, fill out the information there, pay, wait in line. So it'll be much faster if you do pre-register. Our telephone number is also 219-324-3385. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call. If you would feel more comfortable registering over the phone, we can do that.
All right, Will. Without Chris, I was thinking of Will, his counterpart.
Yeah.
I was
he's not
because
here.
he is so
He's-
great. He is actually great.
Will's the talent in the band. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I want you to tell us what you're going to play today here. And
Well,
have
right
some
now,
fun.
if you want me to do a song, let's see. This is old Johnny Cash
Awesome.
kind of song.
Good.
Will I hear that train a coming? Lord, it's rolling round the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine. Lord, since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. Not hear that whistle blowing. On down the San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, will always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns. Well, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. I'd hear that whistle blowing. I'd hang my head and cry. I know there's rich folk eating, live fancy dining cars, probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know that I can't be free. Those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. They freed me out from that prison. That railroad train was mine. I bet I move it on a little farther down the line. We're far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. whistle, carry my blues away. Then let that awesome whistle carry my blues away.
Beautiful. Every time I hear you, Chris, your voice is just beautiful in terms of the depth and the bass and the sound. But man, I could feel the emotion. You're sitting, well, we're all sitting here. Mm-hmm. You could feel the sound and all that stuff. Where do you, when you're picking stuff to play, where do you kind of pull it from? Is it just because you like the song, the emotion, what it stands for? Well, tell us.
I think you gotta like the song first of all, because if you don't like it, then you ain't gonna sing it the way it ought to be sung. Someone told me a long time ago, you'll never do a cover song as well as you do your own song. So, because there's more emotion in it. You know, it's you on paper in a song. It's literally part of what you are. So you're always going to do that better. But I feel if you're going to find a really good song that you really enjoy, it's got to mean something to you. It's got to come from somewhere. It's got to have some sort of association to your life, how you feel about something, But I think mostly, by and large, the blues, just because of the joy, the pain, the sadness that you can feel in a blues song is where I usually go. But a lot of times it's country. But I think Southern rock, because it ties those two things together, kind of where I'm going to be at. And I think that's where Gunpowder Treason is going to be going relatively soon. We're looking to go into a less country, more Southern rocky kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
See that, Rocky? And that kind of ties into the theme and the stories and the emotions.
The emotion. I was going to say it's real, and that's what
this is all about. Yeah,
right. I think that's why it's a great partnership for sure. Chris, I'm interested to know: have you always been drawn to that kind of music? Then, have you always been in music your whole life, or just was that later?
I think since I was in high school, I really wanted to learn how to play guitar, mostly because I wanted to, meet women and that kind of thing. But,
that's what we hear from it. I love it. I think.
But it definitely grows into something else. Meeting women. I have met women before, but most of the time, it's all about the music. I can't not have it. It's got to be there. It's part of me, part of who I am. So I don't think I'll ever stop playing unless, God forbid, my hands get cut off or something. But even then,
I was just going to say,
you will find a way.
You will. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to play with his toes.
Well, I think that's probably why you're so good at it, because it is part of who you are. And I think the people, you hear that and feel that,
Well, things happen in life for a lot of us that do jam. That's exactly what it is. Crazy things can happen, and you could have the weirdest day. You go home and pick up your axe, guitar, whatever it may be, and you could just let it flow. Yep. Make sure that recorder's always going,
Yeah.
So it picks up that emotion, that vibe, that
Maggie,
raw power.
as far as this race, the superhero race on Saturday, how many years has this been going on?
Well, in LaPorte, we started our race actually in the city of LaPorte. We would run down Michigan Avenue.
Okay.
However, we were having trouble with people moving blockades and barriers because Michigan Avenue is a pretty long street. So 2 years ago, we moved it to Tryon Farm because for anybody who has been out to Tryon Farm, it is a beautiful area and it's so diverse. It has woods, it has meadows, there's water. It's just so beautiful and breathtaking with the leaves changing. It's going to be even more beautiful. And so now it's a trail run instead of on the pavement. So it's super fun. Tryon has been doing races, and so it was a great collaboration to bring the two together. And so this will be our second year doing it at Tryon Farm. This is the first year we're making it a little bigger. We have Maple City Roasters coming for coffee in the morning.
Now, why did she say, you said that during the show when I could go for a cup of coffee? It's great stuff, great flavors all the way around.
It is
phenomenal.
Fantastic. And then we also have a couple other food vendors. Let me grab my notes. I apologize for that. We have South Shore Oven Works coming, and they'll have pizza. And then we have Christ Gospel Church, and they're going to have hot dogs, hamburgers, burritos, taco salads, breakfast burritos. So they're going to be there most of the day till 3 o'clock.
Wow.
I have folks asking how to get a hold of you again. Can you throw out that website? Because I'm going to post a picture of you and Chris. Chris was actually in the middle of a jam, and I took the picture of you guys. What is the best website?
The best website is www.lpfamilyadvocates.com. They can also call at 219-324-3385.
Beautiful. And I got to tell you, thanks to all the great folks that have really stepped it up a notch. Chris has done so many great things in our community. We've worked on several events with the LaPorte Hospital, who sponsors the show with Chris. But we want to throw out a couple of great folks that are out there really making a difference to make this go on. I'd like to thank Sowers Automotive. They've got 2 great locations, one in Michigan City and one in LaPorte. Thank you, Kim. NIPSCO, of course, Don Babcock, Angie, and the crew that really help out Nick and Kat. The Swanson Center, they do such a great job on helping with different types of programs. Also, visit Michigan City LaPorte, who were in studio a little earlier today. In fact, they brought over their brand new little bags and a part of the torch run, which we just spoke to Mayor Milo. Thank you so much. Here, throw that up in your camera real quick. I'm going to throw this up on the Mary camera real quick. And look at that. Visit Michigan City LaPorte. We thank you so much. Now let's see Mary. Hey, Mary, what's going on? But there's so many great folks that really make events like this happen right here in our backyard. General Insurance Services, John's, Castor and Pollux, Doug Waters and Long Beach Realty.
Yes.
874-5209, State Street Community Church, and we'll name a bunch of folks, but this is just a sampling of some of the great folks, and there's, by the way, pages.
I think that's fantastic.
Really.
I mean, obviously, it's proof that this is such a good cause. So many of these amazing sponsors, pitching in to make it successful. I'm curious about the camping. Is that the first year you've done that?
This is the first year we've
wow.
done it.
I mean,
crazy,
yeah, that is crazy.
Get ready.
That's fun, It's good. So you never know what you're going to get.
Oh, I know.
Exactly. I'm trying to talk Chris into going Friday nights, sit around the campfire with his guitar.
Someone might have enticed me with bourbon, but
Yeah.
Whatever
By the
it
way,
takes.
there is going to be
Whatever it
fun.
takes.
There is going to be fun
Yeah.
at the event as well, which there should be for
Absolutely.
the adults on all levels. So look at Chris is smiling. Okay, we will do this. This is great. No, it would be cool to see Chris jamming around the campfire.
How
as well.
many of the children that might be that you guys service? How many of these children actually are there? A lot of them. We have our volunteers bring the kids, and so we have probably like a quarter of the kids in our and when the foster kids come, they get in for free. They're able to do the events for free. And a lot of the CASA families or the foster families or the CASAs that bring them, they have a really good time. Obviously, we can't point out who the CASA kids are. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we also have some of our Kaya kids coming, and they're going to be helping out at the event and participating in the event, which is fantastic. So getting them out there with their volunteers, with the foster families, it's a really fantastic way of incorporating them in the events that we have. And also, I think I forgot to mention, we're going to have a family fun zone out at the event. We're going to have carnival games. We have a bouncy house that was donated by...
That's fun for guys like you and I. I'm the bouncy kid.
For bouncing around, donated our bouncy house. And then we also have face painting out there. So that'll be a lot of fun.
I want to throw this out there, and maybe this is something that I just kind of want to throw out there if you don't mind answering. So a lot of the times, whether you're doing stuff, Family Advocates, Casa Kaya, you're working in these situations and stories and things are evolving, and it's got to be crazy and hectic, and it's got to put you in a weird mode sometimes from, I can't believe all this stuff is happening. We're trying to help out, but this event's got to make you feel pretty darn good because this is fun. Is this one of those times that happens?
Absolutely. The ladies that I work with, they have such tough jobs, and the volunteers go into tough situations. And a lot of people don't realize some of the things that actually happen in our community and to the children in our community. And, so there are times on a day-to-day basis that, the emotions run high, but, then we come out and we have these fun events that are benefiting these kids, and, we get to see the smiles on their faces, and that's what it's all about is, really making things better and giving these kids an opportunity to have a better opportunity in life.
Absolutely. I did want to ask about the proceeds. So anything, any of the proceeds go towards these programs, right? Right here in our own community.
Yes. Since we are collaborating with Tryon Farm, which Tryon Farm is a wonderful organization. They have wonderful lands out there. So we do split the proceeds. So, but the proceeds do go to our programs, and then
At least it's all local. That's
Yes.
the point. I think that's a
Absolutely.
great point.
I saw the farm for the first time. What was it, last week?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Isn't that
it's
crazy?
amazing.
Can you tell
Yeah.
me? Can you give me an idea where it is?
Paint
You
the
know, I'm
picture
saying-
and tell where it's
I
at.
have no idea where it is. Or
beautiful.
I was reading about it and thinking, how have I lived in LaPorte County my whole life and not
Right.
even heard of it? You know what I mean? It's,
No, and that's a great
think
point.
that is
and
so-
I'll tell you, you and your family with 5 children and a
Yeah.
wonderful husband, you would absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Talk about where it's at.
Yeah,
It's really
Tryon
good.
Farm is at 1500 Tryon Road. It's down the road from Shady Creek Winery.
Right.
I'm sorry, I stumbled over that. But they're also a
I think you
sponsor
just
for
got
our
excited
event.
at the winery.
I do. I love going.
You got a little excited at the winery part.
Hold on, Chris. Stop the car right now. Pull that guitar out. Woo!
So I'm trying to even get an idea where we're at in relation to
And you have to
downtown
explain
Michigan
a little
City.
bit about it, Chris. You've been there. I've been there several times
right.
throughout the last decade. But I mean, it's really a hip place.
Yeah, you go down Highway 212 and you'll turn onto Tryon Road, and you go past the winery over the tracks, and it's across the street from Neiman School, which actually parking for our event, Neiman School is allowing us to park in their parking
thank
lot.
That's
you,
very
Neiman.
gracious.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we have to thank the Michigan City School Corporation for that. And then you'll go just across the street, and there's a big white barn there. There's a bit of a winding road, or you can go through the gate into what will be the kids' fun zone and come up to the barn. And it's just a fantastic place. It's way more beautiful than I could ever imagine. I had never heard of it either. 2 years ago, we had an event out there. It was a wine tasting event, and everyone had a ball. They have I know it's freshwater pond, but like it's not chlorinated or anything. It's a pool that people can actually swim in. They have a bed and breakfast there at Tryon. It's just so
Wow.
amazing and beautiful.
Oh,
They have
it's
And that's incredible.
Beautiful.
they have houses that are built into the ground. So at one point in time, I know that they had a race that went over the top of a house, and
cool.
it's just so beautiful. And you walk out there. You're actually allowed to do self-guided tours out there at any point in time. So they have maps available. You can go into the barn and get the maps, and just walk around the grounds at any point.
Wow. Do you know how long Tryon Farms itself has been in existence then? I mean, has it been there a long time?
I wish I knew. I'm
just
sorry. I'm
curious.
not
No, I'm
educated
just-
That's the
enough.
executive producer.
You know, that's a great thing to find out though when you go and visit.
Absolutely.
So come out to the event. I love that. Sounds like the perfect location for this time of year. I know the kids, all kids right now are getting excited. I love fall's my favorite, but my kids, they're all gearing up for pumpkins and for Halloween. So this is a great taste of that right in the beginning of
Absolutely.
October.
Absolutely.
While the weather's a little bit better rather than having to wait
Chris,
till the end.
what do you think of it?
Of the farm
Yeah.
itself, it's amazing. I like the barn. I love the barn. What they did the inside, they've like stripped it out, gutted it, kind of redid everything, like reclaimed wood, everything in there with the chandelier hanging down.
Nice.
It's like something out of a movie. I don't
Really?
know. It's I don't know. You would expect to see some sort of bluegrass band in there somewhere playing
awesome.
some music and people dancing and having a hoedown.
Oh,
So-
how fun.
I want to tell you this. First off, LaPorte Hospital crew listening right now, number one. Number two, Tony Artego, who hosts the Roxy Music Showcase, says, we love Chris. Chris rocks. Double Chris rocks.
Thanks, Tony.
And he's got a great show. And Roxy Music obviously is a big sponsor of things that we do here on Younger Life in terms of, bringing musicians in for the Roxy Music Showcase on WIMS. Speaking of music, can you do another tune for us?
Sure, I can do another tune.
What track are we going to pull out now?
Maybe I should tune it up a little bit.
Go for it. Hey, Younger Life Live, we got that while Chris is doing that for a second. We've got a couple of great things. We've got
Tomorrow
of
we're
the
talking
fit
about
crew
a
coming
fit
in.
competition
This is
here.
gonna be great.
I wonder how we can, wheedle our way into that competition.
Well,
Just
you
for
know
fun.
what? The kids will kill us in terms of competitive.
certainly. Oh,
I'm
my
not going up
goodness.
against competitive. I will absolutely go there and bond with them.
It would still be fun.
Yeah.
At least compete against ourselves. That's what's fun.
You know what happened is Mary's got me to do pickleball next week
We're going to be attempting pickleball.
at the NAP.
We'll
the
probably
Northwest-
make
Thank
fools of
you.
ourselves.
What is pickleball?
It's apparently a new. I mean, it's
Huge
not new.
sport.
This is what's funny is we spoke to a trainer at the Northwest Athletic Club, and it's not a new concept, but it's becoming all the rage now, and it's a kind of a ping pong, tennis, racquetball mix, and they assure us it's a blast, and so we're going to learn tomorrow.
Sounds
It will be a
strange
good
to
time.
me.
I know, right? It will be interesting.
All
We have a
right,
phone
so
call?
yeah, we're going to go to the Star VIP hotline this hour, brought to you by the LaPorte Hospital. Let's see who's on the line. Are your ears burning? Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on? It's Tony Ortega.
Yeah. See, you text Rick Federici and Mary Anthony during Younger Life Live. We do it live on the air and on YouTube. You've got the floor, baby. What do you want to say to our good buddy over here, Chris Mo Meadows?
Hey, man, Chris, how you doing, man? Good to hear you on the air.
Hey, thanks, Tony, man. Appreciate it. When am I getting
How you
back
doing,
on
man?
your
How you
show?
and Will doing?
Oh, we're doing fantastic, man. We're taking a little break. Will's got a baby coming real soon, so we're going to take a little
Oh, hey, congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah. So yeah, he's busy with
You know,
that.
I'm
so.
hearing that you're going to play a tune. I was going to wonder if I can request a song from you, man.
If I know it,
Yo, you know it, man. You know it. One of my favorites when you were playing with me on the Roxy show, little Merle Haggard.
oh, that one's all Will, man. He does all the singing on that one. I don't know the lyrics on it, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
How about this?
You pick it.
How about we do this, Tony? We're going to have Chris and whoever Chris wants to bring with back in the studio. You guys could connect, and we'll get Chris. You don't want to come back in and do a
Anytime.
couple-hour
Just
jam? We
sure.
love having you on.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, Tony Ortega, what do you got coming up on the Roxy Music Showcase this weekend while I got you on the line?
Got Rock Band Eating Alive coming on this Sunday, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, they were already texting me, wanting to know what they could bring in and everything. And, you know, music-wise, I told them to bring in a whole big drum kit because I know how you love that. Get
Yeah.
a couple cases of beer. Going to even invite you guys on. You want to come on down?
Do you know
have
what?
a good time. Bring the
He's
whole crew
only
from
kidding.
IMS in.
Yeah, Well, Tony, you keep up the great work, and you and Chris connect. Looking forward to the next show with Chris and the crew here on WIMS and on Younger Life. Keep up the good work, bud.
All right, you guys take it easy.
Bye.
See you,
All
Tony.
right. What I want to throw out there too is this is actually really, really nice. I do want to hear you jam. You pick whatever you want, and he does do a great job, Tony. Let's hear about it. Chris Mo Meadows here on Younger Life Live. Mary Anthony, Rick Federici, and it's a great time.
Found myself on the wrong side of the line once again. Maybe I'm just a bad man, just adventurous kind. Found myself alone again in a smoky bottom road, and I see you look so fine. I got to have you right now. Lord, in my arms, maybe just one night. Probably won't be the first time, probably won't be the least. Come on, girl, let's dance. As the music starts to down. Look into your eyes. Wanna kiss those lips, baby. Taste the whiskey and the wine. Know there's something about this. No, it just ain't right. If it's wrong, baby, well, take me home tonight. Load in your arms, baby, just one night. Probably won't be the first time, probably won't be the least. Come on, girl, let's dance.
Woo! You know, it's kind of, we're all in our own little
I
group
love
here.
it. Yeah, I
We're
love it.
flopping between
I'm
the
zoning
cans.
out.
It's great. And the
It's
and the
fantastic.
breeze of the fall in LaPorte County
Oh, man.
coming through our Younger Life
my
Live
favorite.
windows. Maggie's just, chilling. Now it's great. Chris Meadows, you're a fantastic musician.
fantastic.
It's great having you aboard. Maggie, when it comes to the future and some of the things that we want to focus on post this event, which is coming up
Yes.
this Saturday, what would you throw out there? Because I know being a part of the board through the years, doing different events through the last decade with you guys, and I love you to pieces, everybody in all the different facets, volunteers are critical.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we all know
Right.
this for a lot of our organizations that we all belong to in this room. Let's talk about the volunteers. You need help?
Oh, yes, always need help. We've had a lot of kids into our program. July, I believe that we had 30 kids come into our CASA program. And so the end of the year, we always have more and more kids. So yes, absolutely, we need help with our CASA program and our Kaya program. And they can get more information about both programs on our website, as well as looking at this event if they'd like to. And that is www.lpfamilyadvocates.com. And they can also call our office at 219-324-3385. We love talking to new people, and we love talking about our volunteers. So if you'd like information, you can go and check it out on the website. You can contact us because we would love to have more people involved in our program. You just have to be 21 years old, 18 years old, and then they have to be able to pass a background check.
Right. I'm curious, do your CASA volunteers have more than one child?
Yeah, we have some volunteers. One of the volunteers, she was actually Volunteer of the Year last year. I believe that she has 3 cases, which a case
a lot.
doesn't
Wow.
a case doesn't necessarily mean one child. Sometimes
okay.
sometimes there's multiple children in these cases, and so. But we also ease people, and we do what they feel comfortable in. So, just because one person has multiple children doesn't mean you have to. Some people just have one, and some people have multiple kids. And then we do have some volunteers that kind of like tag team on it, where we had 2 people who worked together. So, they both volunteered for the same case. So, they can help cover each other.
That's nice. I always wonder, how do they not fall in love with the children that they're helping and say,
I
know
want
what,
you.
yes, that would be very difficult.
And
honestly.
you got a unique grin going there, because I'm sure that does.
It would
happen.
have to happen, I would imagine. They work so closely with them,
Yeah.
sometimes even closer than a social worker.
Oh, yes.
Or even foster parents, because that can change, or they could go home and come back and have to go to a different placement. So I imagine, but the CASA stays constant. So for me,
Yes.
I would imagine that would be so difficult to not just
I
want to snatch
I
them
would
up.
imagine that would be very difficult too. I know that would probably be me. Like every time I'm downstairs looking at these little kids that are involved in the the supervised visitation program, I'm just like, I want that kid. I want to bring him home with me. He's so cute. And then the next one walks in, and I'm like, oh, I really, really want that kid to come home with me. But we're there, and they love coming to us, and just like they love their casas, it's just a really important part of their lives. And so these people come in, and they really make a difference.
And I would say too, on the other side, when you're talking about somebody may have 3 cases or whatever, very involved, and one case could constitute multiple hours or whatever it may be. But I think what's great, and I want to throw this out there for anybody that would like to volunteer or help out with Family Advocates, Casa Kaya, or any of these programs, is that they do train you, and you really get some great backing, the family bonding there in terms of people helping people there.
Absolutely.
They really kind of do it step by step. Am I right on that?
Absolutely. Yes. They do through, for the CASA program, they go through a 6-week training period.
Oh, okay.
And they do observe in court, which actually I have Nate Laux, State Street Church. He's on our board of directors, and we love Nate. And so part of being on our board, we do ask our board members to go into court and observe some of the cases that go through, just so they can get a better understanding of what we do on a day-to-day basis. And so Nate came, he only had a small amount of time, and he ended up staying longer and watching court longer. And so at the last board meeting, he was talking about his experience and watching these kids. And he just was saying, he fell in love with some of these kids that, were there and involved in this experience. And he completely understood some of the experiences that the volunteers go through. And being able to help these kids, and make a real difference is really important.
Right.
Younger Life Live, got a handful of minutes left here, and I know you guys probably want to hear, if Chris doesn't mind, Chris doing another jam, if that'd be great. And then I will wrap up the show thanking our sponsors and some of the folks that have made a difference.
Date, time, and place.
Absolutely.
Just for the
So
event for Saturday.
stick around for that. Chris, what are you going to be doing now?
Let's do some old blues song. I can't even tell you who wrote it. It's so old. So. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Should I spend my mother will take my somewhere else? Cause your mama 3 or 4 nights ago, cause your mama 3 or 4 nights ago. Your mama said so, to come back out anymore. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Say I spend my money women, take money from someone else. Come on back, baby, try my love one more time. Come on back, baby, try my love one more time. You've been going so long, about to lose my mind. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Say I spend my mother will, you take a money from someone else.
Woo!
little Younger Life live action here. We're going to try a star VIP hotline. You think I should do this, Maggie? You think someone's going to be surprised by Rick Federici calling right now? Or
Yeah,
what?
I think this will be great.
Put on those headsets, everybody. A little Younger Life live action. Let's see. Pull it up, Jackie. Pull up that line. Here we go. Let's see if they've got us right here. Thank you for joining.
Hello.
Hey, who's this? Is this Charlie?
This is Charlie.
Charlie, you're on the radio with Rick and Mary and Chris and Maggie, and you're on TV. A big scream, everybody!
Thanks there.
Dude, you are awesome. So talk to me about you being a part of the Superhero Farm Fest. What can we expect from the Deep Fried Pickle Project coming up this weekend?
Well, we're just so excited to bust out all the instruments we've been working on. We just love to pick, especially around noon. That's our favorite time to play.
All right, so you guys going to be doing, I hear you're going to be jamming with the kids, playing with the instruments, giving it your all, and just having a heck of a good time, family fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, good time, family fun. Yeah, I'm especially excited about the song sandwich repertoire we got going on.
All right, so
One of my
talk
favorite
about
instruments.
that. All right, so explain a little bit about that, because if people are just joining us for the first time, we chatted about what you guys are doing. Tell the Younger Life Live TV audience about what's going on.
Well, we're a jug band, and so we make a lot of our own instruments, and from things lying around and such. And one of our favorite instruments we like to play is the song sandwich, and it's made from a couple of tongue depressors and a couple of rubber bands, and that's it.
Wow.
It's the most it's just great.
It's awesome.
That is going to be great. What is your favorite track to play? Because I said you guys are going to be singing with the kids. Can we let them know what they're going to be singing with you, or it is a special surprise after they're done making instruments?
Oh, well, we like to, we never really quite know. We like to feel the, being in the moment, so to speak. We're real, we have quite a repertoire of songs with us, so, but, you never know.
I'm with you. Well, you guys have a great time. We look forward to it. Thanks for being a part of the show today, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend. Big round of applause, everybody. Come on. Ow! Have a good one.
Thank
All right.
you.
So as we come to a wraps here on Younger Life Live, you've got the floor to thank our wonderful sponsors and give out final notes here with, of course, Younger Life Live.
Absolutely. I want to thank you guys for having us on, and also remind everybody to come out for the Superhero Farm Fest on Friday and Saturday, October the 1st. Registration starts at 7:30. I also want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors, Prosecutor John Esfire's office, wonderful WIMS Radio, LaPorte Hospital, Sowers Automotive, NIPSCO, Swanson Center, Anytime Fitness, Visit Michigan City LaPorte, Bouncing Around, General Insurance Services, Johnson's Johns, Castor and Pollock Studios, Long Beach Realty, State Street Church, Pajic and DiMartino PC, Delu Landscape Maintenance, Horizon Bank, First American Management, Global Engineering and Land Surveying, Woodstock Gallery, Berkshire Hathaway, LaPorte Seamless Gutter, Michigan City Garage Door, LaPorte Buffalo Wild Wings, Kroger, TJ Maxx, First Trust Credit Union, Palm and Associates, law offices of Barry F. McDonald, Shady Creek Winery, Dr. Elena Brzezinski for LaPorte School Board, Monroe's Collectibles, and then, of course, Gunpowder Chicken and the Deep Fried Pickle Project.
On behalf of us all at Younger Life Live, I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
Thank you, Chris. You were awesome.
you.
Big round of applause for Chris, everybody. Great to see you all.
Thank you, Maggie,
and
for all the
Thank
work you
you.
do.
awesome job. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.
CBS News. I'm Steve Kathan. It's taken till almost the end of the second Obama term for Congress to override one of the president's vetoes. It could be about to happen in the Senate on a bill with major implications. Live to Capitol Hill and CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
The measure allows 9/11 families to move forward with a lawsuit against Saudi Arabia. They allege the kingdom was complicit in the attacks. Connecticut Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal is among many in his party who are bucking the president and backing the bill.
These families will never get back their loved ones, but they deserve justice.
The White House has warned other nations might retaliate against the U.S. if America weakens its sovereign immunity protections. It takes 2/3 of both houses to override the president and enact a bill into law. The Senate and House could both do it today. Steve?
More than 7 months after she lost the New Hampshire primary to Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton campaigns there.
She'll be back there with him today talking about college affordability, an issue where he really pushed her to adopt some of his positions. And the reason that she did that is because she had a challenge with young voters then and still has one now.
CBS's Nancy Cordes. Donald Trump campaigns today in Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin. FBI Director Comey tells Congress there have been several attempted intrusions on voting systems around the country after the cyber hacks reported in Arizona and Illinois. Now to Southern California and the fatal shooting of a black man by police outside San Diego.
Why couldn't you guys tase him? Why?
The sister of the victim reacts. Some protested last night after the shooting in El Cajon. Police Chief Jeff Davis.
All video recovered so far in this investigation so far coincides with the officer's statement.
Officers say the man did pull an object out of his pocket and point it at them, but it was not a gun. Shimon Peres, the Israeli politician who won the Nobel Peace Prize, is being hailed as a warrior for peace after his death at 93. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
As Israel's president, Shimon did so much to unite the nation, and the nation loved him for it. Few people contributed as much to our people and to our state.
President Obama will be among the dignitaries from around the world at Friday's funeral for Peres. Investigators say the missile that brought down a Malaysian jetliner 2 years ago over Ukraine was on a Russian launcher and fired from an area held by pro-Russian rebels. CBS News aviation analyst Mark Rosenkerr.
This team, which was made up by the Dutch, the Belgians, the Australians, the Malaysians, and the Ukrainians, used forensic data, witness accounts, intercepted phone calls, and that's how they were able to determine the weapon that was used and the exact location of this launch.
Wall Street right now, the Dow is down.